getting buried in millions. Niggas with me, bitches think we terrorists. Aliens, stack this cash and lay low like barbarians. Brazilians, black sitting passing to Australians. Ayy, I suppose it's a proposal. Ayy, most these niggas ain't supposing. Ayy, put the Rex in the console. Ayy, blowing old just like Cheerios. Pack gun staining young bitch wanna label.
So guys, what you want to do first is you want to drag in the song and add the beats. I already had the beats added. So once you have your beats added and your audio like ready and everything, you can fade it in by 40 frames, and that should be good. Now you want to drag in your first clip, and make sure your song is on audio track 2. And just drag in your first clip. And for the first clip, we're gonna work on the velocity. So what you wanna do is you wanna find where the pellets hit. So right here is where the pellets hit. So I'm gonna add a marker on the clip, and then you're gonna line it up with the first beat. So I'm just gonna line it up. I'm gonna have to cut the clip a little, and it should be synced, so it should sound like this. Now for the velocity part, what you want to do is on the marker, go 32 frames back. So, and then press Control B to cut the clip. Go back to the marker, press Control B again, and make this little tiny part a compound clip, and make the other part a compound clip too. So you have 2 compound clips. Now on the first compound clip, go in the Fusion page. Now once you're in the Fusion page, go to where you downloaded your presets and drag in Velocity Part 1 and connect the points and everything. Then go back to the edit page, go to the second compound clip, go to the Fusion page, and do the same thing and drag in Velocity Part 2. And then you can wait everything to render out. So after your velocity is fully rendered out, it should look something like this. So what we want to do now is we're going to add the impact. So you want to drag an adjustment clip right where the kill is and go into the Fusion page. So once you're in the Fusion page, go open up your presets, and I'm going to be using Neeqola Red Race Impact because I'm using the orange kind of style with the orange build up and the orange kill and indent. But if you guys want to use the purple presets, they're in the Google Drive. Just do the exact same thing, but just use the purple presets. So I'm going to drag on my impact. I'm just going to connect the points. And I can go back to the edit page. And you want to right click on the adjustment clip and press render catchy color output. After it's rendered, it should look like this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add the build up. So you want to drag another adjustment clip, and you want to open it in Fusion. Okay, so once you're in Fusion, go open your presets, drag in Neeqola Great Light Weak Build Up. If you're doing purple or orange style, you still use the same preset for this one. Now what you want to do is you want to go in the last frame. So, last frame right here. So last frame. What you want to do now is go 1 frame forward. So, last frame right here, go 1 frame forward. And then you're going to go back to the edit page after you do that. So, 1 frame. Or you can just go to frame 35. Go back to the edit page, press Ctrl B, delete the rest, drag this right before the kill. So this is where the kill is. And drag it right before here. Right click on the adjustment clip and make sure you render catchy color output. So there should be a check right next to it. After everything's rendered, it should look something like this. So now what you want to do is right where the build up starts. Right when the build up starts, just drag an adjustment clip over it and go into Fusion. You're gonna press Control Space to like look around. Drag in color corrector, And then on the beginning, go to change the saturation keyframe it to 1. Go 15 frames, at 15 frames forward. Keyframe it to 0.25. And then go 1 frame forward. Go back to the edit page. Press Ctrl B. Delete the rest, and drag this right before the build-up. So it should add like a nice little saturation fade. So it's gonna add like a kind of fade. Like that. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the overlay. So what you wanna do is drag in Neeqola orange overlay, or whatever color overlay you're using. I'm using orange. So I'm gonna change the opacity to 50. Change composite mode to add. And then I'm gonna add a fade in for 10 frames, like that. And then you can wait everything to like render back again. So after everything's rendered out, it should look like this. So now what we're gonna do is on the kill right here, we're gonna go 36 frames forward. So that would be, this would be 36 frames forward. We're gonna add the overlay. We're gonna use the original one now. I'm using for the orange style. If not, just use the purple overlay that I put for the ident part. So now we're gonna go into Fusion for this one. We're gonna go to your presets, and you wanna drag in Neeqola ident light leak right here. Just drag that in. Connect points, and then it should have like an orange kind of light leak. And then what you're gonna do is go back to the edit page, add composite mode to add, and then change the opacity to 50. And you're gonna add a fade in for 2 frames, like that. So now in the beginning of the overlay, what you wanna do is on compound clip number 2, make a new compound clip. So like that. And then, so basically where the second part of the velocity was, the compound clip, make a new compound clip on that. And then on the overlay, go 2 frames forward, so 1, 2. Press Ctrl B on the compound clip you just made, and you go in the Fusion page, so like that. Now what you want to do is drag in your preset, so you're going to drag in Neeqola ident background, like that. And then you should have like an ident background right here. Now, for the ident, mine is made by KQ. He's an awesome motion designer. I would recommend him to make your Neeqola ident. So basically, what you want to do now is go back to the overlay, go 7 frames backward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just save the project real quick. Drag in your ident, so I drag mine in. And for this part, I drag in my ident, so I'm doing the orange style, but if you're doing purple style, do not do the step, but I'm doing orange. So on the indent, go to the Fusion page for the orange style, search up Q, sat, bright, it should be this one, S, _ Q sat bright. You need Sapphire plugins for that one, by the way. So just add that in. Change the hue to 0.265. And then, as you see, this is a black background. So just press Control Space, search up Delta Keyer, right here. Click Add. Honestly, next to the little reference, there should be like an eyedropper. Hold that and drag to the little window right here and select the black part, and then your ident should be transparent again. After everything's rendered, it should look something like this. Alright, so now you want to go to where the overlay starts, which is right here. You want to drag an adjustment clip right above it, like that. You want to go 6 frames forward, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click the clip, press Ctrl B, delete the rest, and you can open this in Fusion. Alright, so once that's in Fusion, go to your presets, drag in 5 frames, zoom in. It's in the ident page of the Google Drive. Just connect the points. And right here, on the 5th frame, it should be keyframed at 0.06, just to make sure, or 0.6. And you can go back to the edit page. And then, right after that, this is where it ends. You want to go right here, to the end of the adjustment clip, basically, and then drag another adjustment clip, and you can open that in Fusion. Alright, so once you're in Fusion for this, you want to drag in the Neeqola ident shake, and just connect the points like that. And then what you want to do now is select both of these clips right here, and you want to go to the last frame. So as you see right here on the little timeline, there's a white kind of line. Go to the last one. It should be keyframed 0 with the dissolve shake. Go 1 frame forward, and then go back to the edit page, press Ctrl B, and delete the rest of the clip right here, the adjustment clip. And just click render catchy color output on both of the clips. So just right click and check that. Just make sure there's a little check right next to it. Then you can wait for everything to render again. Alright, so after everything's rendered, it should look like this. Alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a beat shake to our ident. So you have to find a little like a beat shake to like where your ident is. So mine's right here. It's like right here. Right here. The beat. I'm at a marker there, and I'm gonna drag an adjustment clip right to that point, and I'm gonna open it in Fusion. Alright, so once in Fusion, drag in Neeqola beat shake right here, and just connect it to the points right here. I don't want to look up with my adjustment clip. It's kind of weird. Just, yeah, connect that. Select all of these right here, and go to this little last frame right here. Go to it, the white marker on the timeline, and go 1 frame forward, and then go back to the edit page. Press Ctrl B, and delete the rest of the clip. And then you can click render catchy color output on this clip and wait for it to render again. Alright, now we can play it back after it's all done rendering. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a good place to like cut the clip and like add a transition to the next clip. But I'm just gonna find where to cut it first. I already have my next beat right here. So my next beat for my next kill is gonna be. And this is right here is I found a good place to stop. I find a good place to stop to cut the clip for the next sauce. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a place to cut the kill and then cut the clip. This is my next kill beat right here, so this is my next clip kill is gonna be right here. And then I found a good place for my clip to be cut and like stuff like that. So this is right here. But if you want to find a good place to cut the clip, I would find it kind of like where the indent is like kind of zooming out a tiny bit. So right here my indent is zooming out like a little bit by little bit by little bit, and then slowly start to zoom out. That's where I cut my indent. So if you guys don't like the exact frame where I cut my indent, where the indent starts, go to the beat. It's like, I think it's like 86 frames. Yeah, so you can see like 86 frames forward from here. And that's where I cut my indent. So I'm gonna cut my indent, cut my beat shake, cut my overlay, and the impacts. And make sure on the kill with the clip with the velocity, make sure you press Ctrl B and don't drag it down. That would kind of mess it up a little. with the Twixter and just do the same thing with the audio, just Control B and cut that. And then after that we can work on the next clip that I'm using. And I want to go right here to where the kill is. I want to find where the pellets hit. So this is like right here to where the pellets hit. So I'm gonna add a marker. And I'm gonna go back 32 frames. So I think that would be right here. And then press Control B on the first marker and do the same thing with the other marker. And now you can make 2 compound clips. Just name it whatever, it doesn't really matter. Now on the first compound clip, open it in Fusion and drag in Neeqola velocity part 1 normal for the normal kills. And then do the same thing in compound clip 8, but drag in velocity part 2. So right here. And you can wait for that to render. So after it's rendered, it should look like this. It may look kind of weird because we don't have the effects yet, but we're gonna do that right now. So drag an adjustment clip over the kill and open it in Fusion. Alright, once in Fusion, go to your presets, drag in Neeqola color impact or Neeqola impact, whatever you want. It's kind of up to you. He kind of mixes it around in his videos. I'm just gonna drag in the color one. If you see any of these colorful dots throughout the video, go to BCC Lens Blur OBS and just lower the gamma until you don't see the dots anymore. Usually it stops around like 500 or 600. You can play it back real quick to see if there's any dots. So I'm good right now. Let's go back to the edit page, right click on the adjustment clip and render catchy color output. Alright, so after the first and second clip is done rendering, it should look something like this. Alright guys, so now I'm at 3 really fast kill parts. So I already have my markers synced up, like right here. I'm gonna real quick show you how Neeqola does it. Alright, so you saw how he does it. It's like really fast 3 kills, and it's like a transition between all the kills. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So first, you wanna drag in the first clip, which is this part. So you gotta listen very close to this part. It's really important. If you don't do it right, then you can't add transitions. So right here, what you want to do is on the first pellets, press M, make a marker, and then go back 32 frames. So that would be like right here, 2 frames back. Okay, add a marker or press Control B and go back to the marker, press Control B again. And now the important step here is make this, it's not the important step, but one of them. Just add velocity, new compound clip in here, like that. And then make sure when you're adding a compound clip, do not trim the ending at all. So now on the small clip, go open that in Fusion, and you can just get your presets. So yeah, right here. And then add Neeqola velocity part 1 normal. And then do the same thing right here. Just add that. And then Neeqola velocity part 2. And then add a marker in between these 2 clips right here to add a kill. And you just want to trim it down a little bit. Okay. So this is one of the important steps right here. Is to just... Okay, so this is not like as an important step as the major one, but just make sure if you need to cut down the velocity part where the compound clips, like these 2 have velocity on them, make sure to press Control B to trim them. Do not just like drag them down, or it would add like a disgusting red frame, and it's just really annoying. But yeah, then keep on syncing it. Add synced. Hey, that's synced, so it should look like this.
Niggas with me, bitches think
But
I'm
actually needs to run there first. But now what we're gonna do is add the second clip. But this is the important part comes in. So right here there are 2 really fast beats. And I'm just gonna add the second kill right here on the second beat. No like edits before it to make it clean. It kind of depends how your song is. If it's like if the marker were to be over here, you could like cut it in half right here. So the kill would go from here to here, and all of this in between here would be a kill, and then all of this in between here would be like the build up or like the edits, and then here would be a kill. But we have really fast beats, and it's just kind of harder when it's really fast. So right here, just drag in the second clip, which mine's right here. Okay, now we're gonna add velocity. It's kind of where the other important part comes in. So right here, press M on the keyboard, and then, alright, now go back 32 frames. So right here, Control B, then Control B again. Okay, now make this a compound clip right here. Oh wait, make this by itself a compound clip, and this too. Okay, now you want to open this in Fusion right here and drag in Neeqola velocity part 1 normal. Okay, and then same thing right here, and then part 2. Okay, now what I was gonna do is I was gonna cut this, get rid of it, but as you see, I cannot drag this on anymore. So I do not want to get rid of this. Instead, I want to make all of this, these 2 right here, compound clip. As you see, I'm gonna cut it like right where the kill is. So right here where the kill is, I don't want to make a compound clip yet. I'll just show you an example. Add a marker, and then make these 2 a compound clip right here. So where the audio is, you're gonna cut it there where the kill is gonna be. So you can delete the rest because it's kind of pointless. It's a really fast kill. Just drag this on back to where the beat is. So right here, if I were to cut, alright, so right here where the second kill is, just Control B, cut the first clip. You can see you have a good amount of time. And then right here, you want to press Control B right on the kill and delete this rest. Now as you see, I can still drag it back, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drag this right here, so where the first frame is kind of like the kill. And then as you see, if I were to drag the transition, it would fit now. Because when you add a transition, it needs like some more of the video clip to like add a transition. But if I were just to go like right here, make this a compound clip, and then delete this part, I could not drag it on anymore. So if I were to drag this back and then I would add a transition, it wouldn't work. It would only add to this part and not in the middle, because it doesn't have the extra beginning part of this clip right here. So that's just kind of how transitions work. Also linked a tutorial of where I found actually how this happened, so credit to the guy on screen right now for finding that out. And then basically we're just gonna do the third clip now, this really fast part. So I'm just gonna be right back once I do the velocity. Okay, so now I have my velocity done, and I'm gonna add the beat. Okay, so I'm just gonna trim this down a little. I'm just gonna drag this here. Okay, so now here there isn't really much of a fast beat, so I'm gonna give this clip some time to get to show the kill. So maybe here.
Terrorists, aliens, terrorists.
Remember right here, as you see, I also have extra clip here too because it was like a big clip. Just make sure you always have that extra clip on everything. And right here, as you see, I also have extra clip to add transition. So I'm just gonna sync this up real quick. Okay, so right here, I might have to cut my compound clip, which is you have to sync it up. Just remember, I always have the extra clip, but in this case, I do have the extra clip. Okay, and then right here, we're gonna start adding transitions. So, in Open Effects, search up Luma, and you can drag in Dissolve Luma. Alright, so I'm gonna drag it in between these two right here. So you see the first and the second clip right here. And then you wanna click on the transition. Like that, and make this 14 frames. That would be pretty good, yeah. And then same thing right here. Just make that 14 frames. And you can wait for everything to render again. So guys, after I rendered it out, it looks good, but also you might want to like change it out sometimes because it won't always be 14 frames. It could be 18 or 24. It kind of really depends how the clip is like, but usually the middle is like 14 to 18, sometimes higher. This is how it looks like.
With me, bitches think you terrorists.
And it looks kind of like not the best right now because we don't have the specs, but I'm gonna add that soon. Alright, so right now, right here, where the kill is, we're gonna drag an adjustment clip right above it. So, or you can just copy this one right here if you want, but I'm gonna just open a new fusion clip. And Neeqola, he likes to add just normal impact, no colorful flicker. So if you did it in the second clip actually, if you did colorful flicker, you might want to just make an adjustment clip. Or you can do whatever you like best. He usually kind of just mixes it out, but he usually does for the fast parts is normal kill. Alright, so I'm in Fusion here, and I'm gonna drag in Neeqola, just impact, no colorful flicker. Or you can do what you like best, but I'm just gonna drag in regular. Alright, and then it looks like this. And remember, if you get any like pink, yeah, it's the things right here, hexagons, just lower the gamma. And make sure you play through every frame. Make sure they're all gone. Like that. Okay. And now right here, where the second clip starts, you just wanna Control B and do that. And render catchy color output. And you can just copy and paste this for everything. Like that. And you can wait for everything to render, but render catchy color output. Make sure there's a check next to it. Alright, so as you see here, you might want to cut the adjustment clip when the transition is kind of happening. So like right here, I might want to cut the adjustment clip. And if I go here too, this one, it has some time in it, so I just keep the normal thing. Then right here, we just added the full impact. I made it longer. I'm waiting for it to render again. I'm gonna show you how it looks like after I added the impacts and it's all cut and everything. Alright, so I cutted even more of this. Yeah, so this is how it looks like though. Alright, now we can move on to our fourth clip. Alright, now for our fourth clip, or basically our fourth clip, I'm gonna do the velocity clip. So I'm gonna see you guys when I'm done with the velocity. Alright, so my velocity is all done. So I'm gonna add a marker right where the kill is, which is in between these two compound clips. I'm just gonna sync it up. But first, I want to cut my other clip. So it goes like this. So I found this good place to cut it right here. Just a little clap right here. Play it back. I'm gonna cut it there, but you guys can find any good place to like cut the clip. but this is where I'm going to cut the clip, and I'm going to delete everything. I'm at a beat for my next kill,
Cash and lay low like barbarians.
so it should be right here. I add that marker, I trim this clip, and I delete everything. I'm just gonna sync it up basically. So okay, almost there. And now I can just go back here, extend this and that, and then after that I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna add adjustment clip, then I'm gonna go in Fusion. Alright, once I'm in Fusion, I just drag in Neeqola color impact or Neeqola impact. I'm gonna just drag in color. You can do whatever you like. And I'm just connect the points and go back to the edit page. And I see these little hexagons. Oh wait. And just go back here. I see these little hexagons. Not all clips have those. Most do actually. So I'm just gonna go back into the adjustment clip. Go to lens blur, and I'm gonna lower the gamma until I don't see any anymore. So I just go frame by frame. Yeah, everything here seems about right. Yeah, so then I can go back to the edit page, and I'll just right click on this adjustment clip, click render catchy color output, and wait for everything to render again. Alright, so after it's rendered, it looks like this. Alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a beat shake, so like, it just looks kind of basic right now. So I'm on the beat shake right here, I think. So I'm just playing it back. Yeah, right here. Alright, like that. Okay, then that's a good place to add a beat shake, so I'm gonna drag an adjustment clip right above it. So let me go here. Just drag an adjustment clip above that, and I can open it in Fusion. Alright, so once I'm in Fusion, now I'm gonna drag in my presets, and I'm gonna drag in Neeqola beat shake, like that, and just connect these points, like that, and then at the last frame right here, go to the last frame, and then after you on that, you just want to go one frame forward. So one frame forward, go back to the edit page, and press Ctrl B, and delete the rest of it. You can drag it down if you want to, and right click on the adjustment clip, click render catchy color output, and I can wait for everything to render again. Alright, so after it's rendered, it looks like this. Alright, now I have my fourth clip, and I'm just going to add velocity, and I'll be right back when that's done. Alright, now my clip has velocity. I'm going to show you how it looks like. Alright, so now we're going to add the effects. So go on the marker, drag an adjustment clip above it, and you can open that in Fusion. Alright, now we're in Fusion. I'm going to go to our presets, and you can drag in any impact. So I'm dragging in regular, and just connect the points. And then after that, you can go back to the edit page. Make sure there's no hexagons. Okay, so there's some hexagons here. So I'm just going to bring that back in Fusion. Go to lens blur and lower the gamma. And now I lowered the gamma, there should be no hexagons now. Now you can go back to the edit page, right click on the adjustment clip, click render catchy color output, and then wait for it to render. Alright, so after everything's rendered, it should look like this. Now I can move on to our next clip. Alright, so now I have my next clip right here. I'm just gonna do the velocity real quick, so I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay, so now my velocity is done, and I'm just gonna sync it up with the beat. So I'm just gonna find my beat right here. So my next kill beat's gonna be right here. So I'm gonna add a marker there.
That guy's pissed.
I'm just play back real quick.
That guy's pissed.
So now I'm gonna find a good place to cut the clip before it, right here. I'm gonna just cut it right here. So right about here, kind of. Right here. So I'm just Control B everything. Just do that. And I can just trim this down. I'm just gonna drag this up and sync it. Alright, so this is good. Then we go back to the marker right here. We add the adjustment clip. Top of it, you can open that in Fusion. And we're gonna add the Neeqola impact. Alright, so once I'm in Fusion, I go to my presets, check in Neeqola impact. I just connect the points. And then I double check if I have any hexagons. So right now, yeah, I have this little hexagon. So I'm just keep on lowering the gamma. Alright, it's gone. And I don't have any more hexagons, so I'm good. So I go back to the edit page, and I'm just gonna right click on the adjustment clip and click render catchy color output, and I'll wait for everything to render. Alright, so after everything's rendered, it looks like this. And now I can move on to the next clip. Doing my next clip, so this is my clip right here. And I'm just gonna add velocity, and I'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, so now my clip has velocity. I'm gonna sync it up with the next beat. Now we can go to the keel right here and add an adjustment clip right above it and open that in Fusion. Alright, once in Fusion, I'm gonna go to my presets. I'm gonna drag in Neeqola impact, and I'm just gonna connect the points. And I'm gonna see if there's any hexagons here, which I don't think there are. Oh yeah, right here. I'm just lower the gamma until it's all gone. Okay, everything's good now, so I can go back to the edit page. I can right click on the adjustment clip and click render catchy color output and wait for it to render. So after my clip is rendered, it looks like this. Now I can move on to our next clip. Alright, so for my next clip, I have a sniper. So we're gonna have velocity on this. So you want to find the point where there's kind of like 4 pellets right here, as you see 4 red dots. Or you could go to the frame where the shield cracks or where you get the kill. It kind of like depends how your sniper clip is. Just add a marker there and go 32 frames back. So right here, I'll cut the clip and I would go back to the original marker, press Control B, make these compound clips, that one and this one. And then I open the first one in Fusion. And once in Fusion, I go to my presets, drag in velocity part 1, normal. Then same thing with the next one, but I drag in velocity part 2. So go to my presets, drag in part 2. And I go back to the edit page, add a marker where the kill is. And I trim this back. Now drag your clip in and trim it down a little. Just trim it however you need it. Alright, now my thing is synced. I'm gonna add an adjustment clip right above this right here, and you can open that in Fusion. One in Fusion, just drag in Neeqola impact right here, and connect these points. And I see these hexagons, so I just lower the gamma until they're all gone. And I go frame by frame. Yeah, you can just keep on adjusting it. Yeah, so right here everything looks good. So I can go back to the edit page, right click on the adjustment clip and click render catchy color output and wait for everything to render. So after it's rendered, it looks like this. I'm now gonna move on to our next clip, but first we have to cut this clip down. So I'm gonna find a place to cut it down. So right here. Now I usually like to make sniper clips like fast because they already have a camera shake in the clip and the sniper gets like shot. So I like to end it quickly so you can't really see that. Now after it's all cut, we can move on to our next clip. I'm gonna drag in the next clip right here I'm gonna add velocity on it. So this is the pre-fire. It's kind of the same thing as shotgun clips. So we're gonna go where pellets hit at a marker, go back 32 frames. So I'll be right here, press Control B, cut the clip, back to the marker, press Control B, make these new compound clips, and then open them in Fusion, like that. And then you're in Fusion, drag in the velocity part 1 normal for normal kills. And then open the next compound clip in Fusion and have velocity part 2 in that. And you can go back to the edit page and a marker and find the next beat for the next kill. So everything's synced up and markup now. I'm just gonna add an adjustment clip on the kill and I'm gonna open that in Fusion. I'm in Fusion now. I drag in Neeqola impact or whatever impact you like, and I just connect the points. And then I see if there's any hexagons, and there is, so I just lower the gamma. And then you can go back to the edit page after it's all gone, and then you can right click on the adjustment clip and click render catchy color output. Alright, so after it's rendered, it looks like this. Now I'm just gonna cut the clip for the next, actually the last clip, so I'll find a place to cut it. So right here, I'm gonna cut it right here. I'm gonna press Control B, delete this, that, and that, and we can move on to our last clip now. Alright, now for my next clip, I'm gonna find where the beat's gonna be, so I'm gonna just play it back real quick. So it's right here. Add a marker here, and we can work on the velocity now for the last clip. So I'm just gonna trim it down. Alright, now that our velocity is done rendering, you can drag an adjustment clip right here, and you can open that in Fusion. And then once you're in Fusion, drag in your presets, drag in Neeqola VHS stretch buildup, and connect these points. And then go to the last frame right here. It was like a white little tick mark. You can go there and go 1 frame forward, and then go back to the edit page and press Control B and delete the rest of the adjustment clip and drag this right before the kill like that. And you can right click on that and click render catchy color output, and then drag an adjustment clip on the kill and open that in Fusion as well. And then once that's in the Fusion, go back to your presets, drag in Neeqola impact or any impact, and connect these points. Make sure there's no hexagons or colorful dots. And if there is, just lower the gamma. And then keep going through the video. And there's no more dots. I go back to the edit page and I right click render catchy color output on the little impact. Alright, everything here is rendering right now, but now I noticed through the song, we're gonna add like some beat fades.
Put the Rex in the console, ayy, blowing old just like you.
There's like little kind of beat drops. So I'm gonna add a marker on each one of them, like that. I'm just gonna add marker.
Blowing old just like you.
And also right here. And then here at the beginning.
Put the Rex in.
So right here. And now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag an adjustment clip above the beat. And I'm gonna open that in Fusion. I'm gonna press Control Space and search up Hue Sat Bright. And I'm gonna keyframe the brightness at the beginning of the adjustment clip. Go 11 frames forward, change that to 0.2. And go 11 frames forward again and change that to 1. Go 1 frame forward, go back to the edit page, and press Control B and delete the rest. And you can right click on render catchy color output. And then adjustment clip, go 7 frames forward. add a marker and line that marker up with the kind of beats. You can just paste it. And now everything's pasted, and we wait for everything to finally render. Alright, so now that everything in the last clip is done rendering, it looks like this.
Put the Rex in the console. Ayy, blowing old just like Cheerios. Haircut staining, young bitch wanna lay with me.
And now that the clip is done, we're gonna add a little outro. So just find a good place to cut the clip. Make it a little longer too. And I'm just gonna Control B everything. So Control B. I'm gonna delete that and the song too. I'm gonna fade everything out for like a second. And you can fade it out too for like a second. And then you wait for everything to render again. And everything should look good now. And now the next part of editing is we're gonna do some little fixes to make everything smoother. Alright, reset. Alright guys, now that everything's like already edited and stuff, we're gonna add a little fix or something to make our montage look cleaner. And now it's basically just a zoom in that Neeqola adds before every kill. It's not every kill, but it's probably most of them. I think it's every kill, but you can just do it if your clip does not look good or it's not clean. Just add an adjustment clip above anywhere and open that in Fusion. And go to your presets, drag and zoom in right here. Like that. You can go to the 9th frame. Right here, 9th frame. Go back to the edit page. Press Control B, delete the rest of the adjustment clip. And drag this right before every kill. So right here. Before the kill. And you just want to keep on doing that for the clips you want to add it in. So I'm also do it right here. I'll just press Control V, copy and paste it and drag it in. And I'm gonna real quick render these clips to show you how they look like. Alright, so basically this is how it looks like. I took a nice zoom in. And he does that for most of his montages, so I'm gonna do it again right here. It doesn't always look the same for every clip or every kill, but I'm just gonna add them right here, or right before every kill. So I'll be right back when I'm done editing these. Alright guys, so I added all of the zoom ins to all my kills. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add sound effects. So most of these clips already have sound effects, like this one right here. But if it's too much of a fast clip, the sound will eventually cut out and you won't hear it anymore. So I'm just gonna get my sound effect. I'm gonna trim it down a little. Like that. And you can just change the volume if it's a little too quiet. Like that. And I'm just gonna drag it for every kill that has a shotgun. So like here. So it's gonna sound like this. Now I already have the shotgun sound right here, as you can see. Now if it's already has a shotgun sound and it's like perfectly synced, there's no background noise, you can just use that. So right here I'm just gonna use that and increase the volume a little. So it sounds like this. Like that, that's good. For some clips like here, I'll just add the shotgun effect. So and drag it on right here. And just change the volume of it. Might need to be like around 6 or 5. Or what you could do, if that shotgun, if you don't have a good audio like me, I don't have a good audio for the shotgun, so I'm just gonna copy and paste the clip's audio and extend it a lot so I can get the shotgun sound. Like that. This is actually a good shotgun sound, so I'm just gonna keep on copying and pasting this. I'll just drag this right here to where the kill is. So that seems about right. Yeah, that's good. And then you can download all of the audios that you need. But for right now, I think I'm pretty good.
I suppose it's
Yeah. So I'll be right back once I'm done adding all the sound effects. Alright, now that all my sound effects is added and we're done editing with the fixes and sound effects, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to this deliver page right here. Click on that, and then right here, what you're gonna do is right here on format, click MP4. On this resolution, make sure to change it to 260 or 25 whatever, and then by 1440. And then right here on keyframes, change this to every 1 frame, and then click add to render queue. It's gonna make you like name it, just name it, whatever, and then click save. It's gonna add this this warning thing. Click add, and then you can finally render it. The timeline and the project file preset maker that I put in Google Drive. So just drag this on in right here. And right here in the project file, we have 2 transitions that Neeqola uses. One of them is zoom out, and the other one is a little swish, like a rotation, a spin. And what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna like import the plugins. I mean, not the plugins, the transitions. But for the transitions, you're gonna need Ignite plugins. So I put that in my Discord server. I put the Ignite plugins in there, so if you want to get them, make sure to join my Discord server. But now to add them, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna just drag these out of the way. I'm gonna find the second clip, or the frame where the next clip comes in. So right here, this is the first clip. Oh, so right here it's the first clip, and if I go 1 frame forward, it's gonna be the next clip. So then once we have that, 1 frame forward, the next clip, go to the next clip, or the clip that, the new clip basically, yeah. And then you have 4 adjustment clips here for the zoom out transition. And in between the first and second adjustment clip, that's where you want to put the transition on the timeline marker. So on this next clip right here, second clip, we're gonna drag this, all 4 of the adjustment clips. So about right here, in between the first and second clip is where we drag the transition, like that. And these already are rendered, I'm pretty sure. If they're not, just make sure you do it. And then basically you want to keep on doing this for every transition. So right here too, if I were to go 1 frame forward, it would be next clip. So just copy and paste, press Ctrl V. I can go back to where the frame was and drag it in between the second, and drag the first and second in between here. Like that, you should keep on doing that for every clip. And I'll see you guys when I'm done with that. So basically for the spin transition, it's basically the same thing. It's only 2 different clips. So go to the frame where it changes. Right here it changes. Just drag that like that. So it's like in between right here. So click that. And make sure drag it these 2 in between the next frame like that. And then just finish the transitions. Alright, so guys, once your transitions are all added and done, what you wanna do is on the video that's rendered already, just open that in Fusion and go to your presets, drag Neeqola CC, which is color correction. I'll put up on screen what it is, how it looks like with and without color correction. So you just wanna connect the points now, like that, and you see you have color correction and it's sharpened. And now what you want to do is go to the deliver page, just copy my settings like that, add it to render queue, just name it whatever, and you can finally render your video.